phenomenal. And guys, because it's psychological, because everybody that's following the steps, and many of you, you've already heard the steps before. You know, you're going in the store, what to say, the right information to say. We have all of that in case somebody is on the line that doesn't have that information. Please, we're going to ask you toward the end of the call to step up and say you need to see the whole system, and then we'll utilize that. But for right now, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with some phenomenal testimonies of people that are utilizing the system and what it's doing for them. And I'm going to tell you, have you ever had a bad day? You know, we tell everybody still have your transformation parties, still do your one-on-ones, but have you ever had a bad day? Or it's not really, don't ever say that again, guys. Please don't ever say it's a bad day. I do it sometimes. My wife has to correct me. Say it's a character building day. If you ever had a character building day, see, if you have a bad day, that's going to cause you to respond in a certain way. In fact, no, it's going to cause you to react in a certain way that is not going to be productive. But when you have a character building day, when things don't turn out the right way, and you feel like right now everything is not working out the way that you want, that's nothing more than a character building day. It's building the character in you to see how are you going to find a solution to the problem. And I'm going to bring up a gentleman right now who had a character building day. He had a transformation party at his home, and he invited, and he'll tell you how many people he invited. And then he's going to share with you how many people showed up. And instead of him sitting back saying, oh my goodness, this is a problem, this doesn't make any sense, he realized it was a character building day. It was something to build his character. And ladies and gentlemen, he went out and did something about it. And notice the results. He could have stayed where he was, where the majority of people will do when things don't go their way. They sit back. They want to blame everything else. Everybody else is making money but me. But no, ladies and gentlemen, when things go not the way that you want them, and Murphy's Law says that it will happen, it's a character building day. So I'm going to bring up a gentleman right now who, you know, and it's so funny, him and I had a conversation even earlier before this, and we were talking about the consignments. And I just told him, frankly, I said, you know what, you're my friend, but I'm going to tell you like it is, because we're going to have big boy talk. And big boy talk literally means that if you're not getting the results out of the business that you want, are you doing what everybody else in the business is doing? So you can do some of the things, and you're only going to get some of the results. But ladies and gentlemen, when you open up and broaden out your ability to be able to tap in all the different ways of building your business, that is when the game changes. That is when the shift happens. And when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, that is when your financial bank account will start on the road to reflecting where you really want it to be. Because when you have those character building moments, you don't buckle. You get stronger, and you go and utilize the other ways of building a business. So I'm going to bring up my friend, Mr. Alexander, one of our directors, executive directors with TLC. Alexander, tell everybody about your story, what happened when you had your second, or it may be your third transformation party.
Absolutely, Randy, and you're absolutely correct. We did have a big boy talk, and I had to put on my big boy pants. So I definitely appreciate and thank you for shaking me up, even though you're hundreds of miles away. But folks, I'm on my third transformation party. I had probably 6 people invited, and of course, people I was going to bring people. And of course, I'm sitting here, everything's ready to go. I'm dressed up and ready to go, but nobody showed up. So he's right. Instead of me sitting here wondering and being upset and feeling sorry about myself, I had finished 5 of my signs, and Randy, I've seen the signs, the display signs that I created, and I will tell you, no one's got these signs because I create them and design them with the help of my lady who helped me put them together. And I made a little slips to go on the back of the tee. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go out there because I've been hearing people talking about the consignments. I have 125 bags of tea here that's sitting here that need to be out. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go. Folks, was I kind of scared? Yes. Did I know what's going to happen? No. Did I have everything perfect? Absolutely not. But I went anyway. And I went to the first shop, and I walked in, and I said, and I asked the lady, I said, ma'am, I said, can I speak to the owner, please? And she said, I'm the owner. And I said, my name is Alexander. I said, could I have a few minutes of your time? And she said, sure. And I said, I'm with a company called TLC, Total Life Changes, and we have a tea that is absolutely incredible. Will help you lose 5 pounds in 5 days. I said, the only thing that I want to do is get your permission to leave my sign here on consignment. You don't give me no money. I'm going to leave you 5 teas, and I have a little small display with a sample of the tea there. And I said, I'm going to leave the tea here, but I'm going to give you 5 teas to hang on to, put away in the back somewhere. And the only thing that I want them to do is when they ask you for the tea, I'm only asking $7.99 per tea bag, per satchel. Anything you sell the tea for over that, you get to keep. I said, if people are selling tea for 15, 17, 18, I said, I have a group of ladies from Bermuda who sells the tea for $25 a bag, a satchel. I said, but whatever you sell beyond $7.99, you get to keep. And I started showing her the magazine, and I showed her the Strike Up, and I showed her Timeless, and I showed her Delgado Coffee, and I showed her the NRG, and I showed her the NutriBurst. And she said, after me going through a little bit of that, she says, no, don't leave me 5. You leave me 10. She said, I don't want to owe you no money. And I said, no, it's on consignment. You don't have to give me no money. She said, no, I'm going to buy all 10 from you right now. Folks, she reached in her pocket and gave me $80 and took the teas and said, go put them in that drawer. And I was shocked because I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting to leave the tea there, leave her 5 and come back whenever to make sure that they, that she got rid of them, sold them. But I wasn't expecting her to say, no, give me 10. I'll buy them all from you right now. That shocked me. And so I leave there. Of course, when I left with more confidence. 2 doors down was another shop, hair shop. And I walked, and there a lady was getting ready to leave. And I said, ma'am, can I just have 2 minutes of your time? And she said, sure. I said, my name is Alexander. I'm with a company called TLC, Total Life Changes. I said, the only thing that I'm asking your permission to do is to display this sign. And folks, when you see these signs, well, if you've seen the signs, they are beautiful. And I said, I want to display my sign with a display. I want to give you 5 tea bags to hold on consignment. You give me no money. She stopped me right in the middle and says, nope. She says, you go over there and set that up right over there. Folks, I wasn't even finished. And she was so shocked. She said, set that up right over there. Today, I go out today, and I was saying, I'm going to go to 3 more shops. 2 of the shops were closed. The one shop I went to, walked upstairs. Lady said, I brought out my sign. I showed her the sign. Did the whole thing all over again. And she said, well, go ahead and leave me 3 bags of tea. And she said, I'm going to buy one from you right now because I want to try this. Folks, she was so interested in the products that we had, in the Strike Up, the NutriBurst. And the only reason I was able to talk about those products because I had those products with me. I was armed. Whether I needed them or not, I was armed. But also this, we learned from the transformation parties. And the party that I had before last, there was a lady here who halfway through my presentation had 9 people in the house, and I was doing my presentation, and she said, I've been drinking the tea for 3 months, and it's done absolutely nothing for me. And I had 9 people sitting in the house. And I said, ma'am, are you sure you're making the tea right? She says, I know how to make tea. I said, okay, what kind of water are you using? She says, tap water. And I realized you can't use tap water. You can't microwave it. So on the back of my tea bags, I have a slip that says additional information. Do not use tap water. Do not microwave. The Iasa tea ingredients are a special blend of 9 safe, natural, and edible herbs. And I list all the herbs. It says this blend allows general cleaning of the whole body with just 2 cups per tea. To see more fabulous products, go to my website, www. And I have my site, and it says text or call me, Alexander, and my phone number. This slip is on the back of every tea, and on the front of it is a label, which my information as well. Why? Because I want them to understand the ingredients and don't use tap water and do not microwave. Because if you don't tell them, they'll go home and make the same mistake. The lady who said that she used tap water, she bought a gallon of tea that night, went home, and 2 days later she signed up and spent $200. The same lady who said that tea did nothing for me for 3 months. But she did say her girlfriend lost a lot of weight, and it was because she was using tap water. So, Randy, thank you so much for the big boy talk. I appreciate the folks. I can't wait to go out tomorrow and hit.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Thank you so much, Randy. Back to
A-
you.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. Alexander had to do something. He had to stretch outside of his comfort zone. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this right here, those of you that will listen to the sound of my voice, this is $1 million statement. If you are willing to stretch beyond your comfort zone, the amount of money that you can make is limitless. See, most people, they're not willing to stretch. My wife took a picture. She was sitting on our patio and it was a squirrel in a tree. And it was so profound. This squirrel took its back legs and it was hanging onto the tree and it took its body and he was hanging upside down and he took his body and literally stretched out away from the tree. I didn't even think it was possible for them to do this dynamically, but he stretched out because he wanted some berries that was in another tree that he could not get to. And he literally stretched his body out till he finally was able to grab the tree and pull the berries into him. And she took a picture of it. And I thought about that, and she put a caption on there when she put it on Facebook about, you have to be willing to stretch. And Alexander could have very easily got depressed because nobody showed up at the third party. He could have sulked, but he literally decided to stretch himself. Said, you know what? If people aren't showing up at my house, I'm going to go to them. And he went out to the consignment places. And because he stretched, look how many different consignment places he has now. You see, I remember reading something where a person says, you have not because you want not. Whatever you really want, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you really want, you have to be willing to stretch to get it. Because if you're not willing to stretch, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot be your best. And if you cannot be your best, you cannot be happy. And if you cannot be happy, what else is there? I'm going to bring up another lady that's done a phenomenal job. She was one of the first people to go out to the consignment place. And I'm telling you guys, she didn't have all her signs. She didn't have all her material, but she got so excited and she just went. And her story is so compelling because in less than 5 minutes, guys, she's going to come on and tell you updates of what's been going on with her. And of course, that's Dorette out of New York. Dorette, are you on the line with us? Go ahead, Dorette. We can hear you.
A wonderful time with this consignment and my parties. It's like everything is just going so well. I went out to the city, to all the barbershops, the hair salon, all the little knick-knack stores on Jamaica Avenue. I let my flyers, gave them all my information. Some of them bought teas from me. They want to try it and look into the product. Some of them told me I could bring the sign and put there. Even though this is almost an hour away drive from my home, I went. And in my area, I have at the car wash and beauty salons and jewelry store, 99-cent stores, printing shops, and more couple boutique. I mean, I have signs up. Everybody in my area is starting to know about this IOSA tea. I have a lady, not her, I spoke to her husband in a store, and he said that his wife wasn't there, so I should come back. I went back the following day, and she still wasn't there, so I left the cards and some flyers and everything, and she called me today, and she said that her husband told her that I was there and she wanted to know what it was about. So I tried to tell her a little bit on the phone, and she said, well, I'm here now if you want to come down. So that's what I did. And when I got there and started to show her the tea and because I brought the tea, I brought the coffee, I brought the emu oil, because I have a bag, a tote bag like that I pack with everything, samples and stuff. And she was just, I mean, this lady she couldn't believe it. She's like, how much is the tea? I told her that we would put the tea in the store for free. For free. The company put this tea for free? I said, yes. So what I normally do when I go to the stores, I tell them that I'm with a company called Total Life Changes. And what we're doing, we're malling. And the minute I said that, it's like everybody go, malling, what's malling? And once I say that, it makes them like start thinking now, because they're waiting to hear about what is malling. So I said, have you ever been to the mall? And they go, yeah. I said, when you go to the mall, you get to go into before you leave. I said, you know, a lot. So I said, so your store to be like a commitment. And someone come here, they can get things they can get garment, they can get things for their health, they can get they have, and you don't have to put a dime out. If you want to carry, you tell me if I then how much I get, and whatever you get, you can go $20 back. I said yes. So she started thinking, well, if I want to get into this, she said, but you said you get a website and what that cost? I said nothing. She said, wait, if I want to get this business, what they'll give you the product if you whatever money you put out, maybe $1,600, they'll give you
Direct,
versus selling mine. So she's like,
hey, Direct, your line is, hey, Direct, your line is breaking up really bad. Direct, your line is breaking up really bad. I don't know what it is, but because we're only hearing every other word. Is it possible maybe you can hang up and call right back in? Thanks. And guys, as you heard her story, it's amazing that, she's getting shop after shop, the interest of people. And I believe, like she said, even when, with the lady there today, the amazing thing is other people in the shop hearing them talk. And hang on one second, guys. Okay. I don't know if that's the whole entire line that's messing up, but she said that other people in the shop were actually hearing what they were talking about. And the amazing thing is, guys, they were buying the product too, right there on the spot. I mean, it's phenomenal what's going on. So this whole distribution model, and we may have a little trouble with our free conference line tonight. It looks like itself, I'm hearing a little back lag or sound from it. But bottom line is I wanted you guys to understand the power of how this whole system is working, and people are having phenomenal results with it. Direct, are you back? You just muted yourself out, Direct. Let's try again. Yes, you're back.
okay. So to speed it up, she sells 3 bags right in front of me. She haven't tried the tea herself, just by what I told her about the tea, and she looked at the flyers. She took 10 bags, and she said, I want to join. So she said, how do I get into this? I said, well, you have a computer. She said, no, she doesn't have a computer set up in the shop. So I said, well, I can bring my laptop tomorrow, and you can sign up. So she said, fine. And then she wanted the slim. She said, when I explained to her, we have this product called Slim that he wanted that right away. She said, if I can find anybody in the company that has it, can I get her a can and drop it off at the shop for her tomorrow? She'll leave the money with her husband. I mean, so it just goes to show that while you're out there, you're going to meet all kind of people, right along with maybe you may get a little negative here or there, but you're going to meet people that want to join right away. You're going to meet people that want to try the product before they do anything. So you're going to meet all sorts, but to be able to experience that, you have to be out there. And you have to give it a full tank. If you're trying to take a trip, you don't want to put half or quarter tank in your gas. You're going to fill it up so you can get closer to your destination. And then when you run out, you fill up again and keep moving. So we have to give it a haul, get out there. Now, when I see places when I'm driving, it's just like looking at gold mines now. I'm driving and I'm constantly like, oh, I didn't even recognize that was a shop over there. And what I do now, I'm writing the phone numbers down, and I'm calling them up to speak to the manager, asking, may I make an appointment? Can I come in? I would like to talk to you about a mauling. And they ask what it is, and I discuss it, and they say, okay, you can come in. I come in, because some of the places you may not be able to go to right away. When you're home for a few minutes and get a break, you can do some phone calls. And then you do your follow-ups. It's so much going on right now. My party Saturday was such a success. I had 17 people, one male. And the one male that was at the party, he was the one that was on the Slim. And he told everybody, he got up and he said, I lost 14 pounds taking the Slim and the tea, and it makes me sleep like a baby. And this is what he said. It's all the people there purchased, and I'm just telling you, I made $945 at my party. My garment, I had the garment, just like Randy said. The person that was supposed to wear the garment couldn't, because when I ordered it, it was too small. It was a small size, so I had somebody else had to put it on. And she didn't want to take it off. She's like, oh, my postures feel better. My body, it just feels so, and it looks, I mean, her waist went in like 3 inches.
Wow.
I did the face with the what do you call that? With the instant
The timeless?
with the instant wrinkle. I had that done to one lady on the side of her face, and everybody just was amazed to see how it worked on her face. Wow. It just really, really lifted. And then she kept saying, oh, it's getting tighter, the timeless. She said, it's getting tighter and tighter. And then she's like, I can't be walking around with one side of my face looking good. And so then I put it on the other side, and she was amazed. And she's like, oh, I want to get that. Everything I had in product was like, it came right off that table. I mean, and all I showed was that one. And I want to thank JB for sending me that video with Jin Lee, because it shows you about the tea. It broke it down. Then it shows the worm, and with Dr. Oz, that's all they need to see. That was the only video I showed, and it was so amazing. And with all the success, I mean, now my check is up into the 4 figures. I'm so happy. I see the growth, but above all, I want to thank my friend and and my brother Courtney, because Courtney, he called me direct. I want you to listen to this guy, and he doesn't play no game. I said, Courtney, don't just go around, listen to it. I'll talk to you later. Get on the call. And he told me to get on the call, and I got on the call. And because of him, never forgot about me when there's opportunity like this come up. I'm here enjoying this ride, and I want to thank him so much. And I mean, this is all because of him. And thank you guys.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Thank you for sharing that with us. And guys, I want to tell you, I mean, that's the power of what we're sharing with everybody here. It's a system. And the ones that utilize the system are the people that are now, guys, breaking into other areas. They're getting other additional customers that are going to be their future customers. It's phenomenal. But you have to be willing to stretch to get out there to do what other people don't. And JB, I need to get that video from you, my friend, because that must be a pretty phenomenal video that you have. So we definitely want to get that. And guys, I want you to think about this one thing for just a moment here. The people that are doing this are the people that are stretching. They're going outside of their comfort zone. Is it easy? No. But guys, I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to your business, my wife asked a very important question. She said, in your business, are you comfortable right now? Because if you're comfortable, if you're not stretching and you're comfortable, ladies and gentlemen, that's limiting your income. So I'm going to ask everybody on this phone tonight. This is big boy talk and big girl talk right now. I'm going to talk to you guys as leaders because that's what you truly are. You're a leader in this industry. You're a leader in the business. You right now are the pioneers. If you are not making the kind of money that you want to make right now, if it's not happening, just ask yourself a couple simple questions. Number one, are you following all the methods of helping you build your business? Meaning, are you inviting people to conference calls? Please write this down. Are you doing any of the launch parties for your new people? Are you sharing the products with customers? Are you talking about the power of the products? Ladies and gentlemen, are you having home transformation parties as it is right now? Are you going out and getting consignment centers set up? See, the people that utilize all these different avenues, it causes multiple growth in different areas of your business. If you are not making what you want to make right now, if you're not even on track to make what you want to make right now, I'm going to say this without even knowing you. And it has no reflection on you. It's just a simple fact. It's mathematics. When you have several different, as they say, oars in the water, it's a better chance for that boat to move. And that's all we're saying. If you're not earning the kind of income that you want to make right now, I can almost guarantee that you're not utilizing all of the different systems out there. Because, guys, the product is so powerful. It does the talking for you. I mean, this is not something we got to convince people to get. When people try the products, they feel the products. It's not like saying a person, take this vitamin and in the next, 6 months, you're going to start to notice something. No, because in 6 months, they probably won't be taking it. You have products like the NutriBurst, products like the Strike Up and Love, products like the NRG. These are products that they feel almost instantly. And so because of that, those are your best friends. The only thing you and I have to do is we have to get past ourselves. And when we start utilizing all these different areas, guess what? The money in your bank account changes. I guarantee you that Direct wouldn't have been on this call saying that her checks are now into the 4 figures if she had just kept doing what she's been doing, maybe talking to a few people, maybe getting on a few calls and maybe not getting on other calls. Guys, it's all psychological. It's numerical. It's a numbers game. And I'll tell you, the people, listen, Dorette told me today, she said every day she has a routine. She gets up in the morning, she takes care of some things that she has to take care of. And then after that, she heads out to the stores. Is that going to be easy? No. It's easier to sit at home with the remote and watch TV. But watching TV will always take money out of your bank account. But what she's doing right now, she is building for her future today. Because someone is going to have those places. They are going to be, with the way this product is, once the right person introduced the product to them, they're going to end up either being somebody's customer or somebody's distributor or somebody's distribution center. And once that happens, you have cut that potential income away from you forever. It's gone. So the time for all of us, and this is serious talk, myself included, we got to take this very serious because there's a window. And the people that utilize the window, the people that step into, as they say, their greatness, are the people that do today what sometimes you don't feel like doing. I don't feel like going out here and contacting 4 or 5 other businesses. I don't feel like scheduling a transformation party. I don't feel like calling that person up that I called a couple of weeks ago doing a follow-up on them. But guys, these are all the things that people do that become successful in this business. And, just like, Stormy put up a post, online today, and many people saw it, and she was signing the paperwork for a brand new, Rolls Royce, I forgot what they call the name of the car, a Wraith or something of that nature. Beautiful, beautiful car. And, there's some people that look at her and they will say, oh, that makes no sense. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. When you're making over $50,000, and I think this week close to $60,000 a week, you see, for her to purchase a $300,000 car is the equivalent of somebody who makes only $30,000 or $40,000 a year to go out and purchase an $8,000 or $9,000 car. It's all relative. And I'm saying that to say this is that if you understand that what you're building and creating right now is creating residual income. I mean, do you think about, you take people who, and I mentioned Stormy, but guys, there's a ton of people I can mention, Denise Lee, I can mention Benita, I can mention, Kenny Lloyd, I can mention, again, the Portises, even many people on this phone right now. There's some people on this phone that have built their business in such a way right now that if they never mention total life changes again, their residual income checks would still come in because they've already built the base. With the distribution model, guys, we get to accelerate our growth. Instead of us having to join 18 months ago or 12 months ago or 9 months ago or 10 months ago when these other folks had got in, you get to accelerate your base because instead of you just building, you have many different distribution centers that will come in contact with customers that you and I never would come in contact with. And now they can be a part of your base. They can be a part of your organization. That's why the distribution centers work so well, because it's targeted to attract customers with each package having your name on the package, your information, your website. And it is working absolutely phenomenal. No one's going to convince you to do this, but what will reflect in whether you are going to follow the system or not. Guys, it's not going to reflect upon us. It's going to reflect in your bank account. And so as you see people starting to, as their life starts to change around you, find out the things that they do. Listen, most millionaires will copy other millionaires. Most billionaires are going to hang around other people that are billionaires. Why? Because they have something in common. They have the same mind frame. They realize how money works. And when you realize how money works, it's very simple. Has nothing to do with greed, has nothing to do, ladies and gentlemen, with, trying to be number one. It just simply, if you understand the way money works, you can benefit from it. And the best thing that all of us know right from no one has to tell you this. You know this from your insides. You know that if somebody wants something and they're willing to pay for that, they're going to overpay. Same thing in the real estate market. Why, when the real estate market crashed, the same house is now worth $300,000 less or $500,000 less? It's the same house. But the only thing that changed is people's perception of whether they were wanting to buy that house for that amount of money. And now as the market starts to stabilize and starts to climb back up, the exact same house that they just said was worth one time $1 million, now it's only worth $400,000. Now they're saying that same house is now back, according to the market, is worth $600,000 or $700,000. Why? It's the same house. It didn't change. The only thing that changed is the person's perception of what they wanted. And ladies and gentlemen, when somebody wants something, they're willing to pay for what they want. And that's the whole deal here with these products. These products are so phenomenal. People out there are willing to pay for it. All you and I got to do is get the products out to the market as quick as possible. And at that point, your job is done because the residual income's coming in over and over again. I want to check and see here if JB is on the line with us. JB, are you on the line? Because I know you and Lorraine went out today, and we're going to kind of end our call with you, JB. Are you on the line with us? We can hear you. Go ahead, JB.
Real quickly, I want to know, so that Alexander Great, Alexander Great to know, I've been through that, had the transformation parties, no one showed up 3 or 4 times, and I said, oh, shucks, but then I mentally rolled up my sleeves. I said, okay, we try it again, and that's no big deal. And let me just say this, I am so proud of Dorette and Courtney. Dorette, and I met her. Dorette is so coachable. She's a powerhouse. She's successful in her own business. She and her husband, Sydney, a wonderful, wonderful husband, wonderful couple. What I like about her, she is so coachable. And she has a great attitude, and your attitude determines your altitude. She listens, and she takes, and she's intelligent enough to strike out. And look at her now. I'm watching her from my genealogy report. Randy, she's going to be one of the leaders in TLC. I'm watching her pay go up. I'm looking at it. The order's going up. And today, Randy, my lovely wife said, let's go again. Yesterday, I had to do some paperwork here. I said, I'll be going here again. In Texas, the stores are miles apart from each other. In Texas, it's hot. But I said, let's go, let's go. The first stop we went to, the woman went in there, she turned her back on us. Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
She turned her back on us. And I started to grab her. I said, don't do that. You may go to jail. I'm only kidding. And I'm talking. I said, okay. Good day. I was very kind, very nice, and I left the store. And we got in the car, had to drive started getting in the car. Someone said, let's go back to another store. Lorraine said that. Went in another store. She was the manager. The owner was out. Very cordial. She liked what we had. She liked our presentation. She said, leave me some here and what we did, some of the things there for. I wasn't satisfied. Now we have to drive another 5 miles to another location. Well, we finally hit pay dirt because we didn't give up. Met a young man, family-owned business, and very knowledgeable when it came down to nutrition. When we told him about our product and told him about our consignment, he blew his mind. He called his wife up. She said, what? What? His wife's overweight, blah, 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 blah. Make a long story short, I said we had 3 business packages. You want to know about the business. I said we had 3 business packages. One is for $16.79. 150 packs to see if you want to do the business. We had one for $5.59. Get 50 packs. We had our last business pack, the lower one, is $2.99. You get 25 business packs. He said, we will want the $16.79. Let's talk tomorrow or Thursday. But meanwhile, we talked about him, his business. He could see his store going to another level. Right, Rainey?
Oh, yes. And he was very encouraged, and because I had gone there yesterday, and I said, just for confirmation, I got to bring JB. And then they clicked, and he would let us out of his store. And this is like one of those pro shops, you you get all the drinks and the whey protein and other things like that. And he's struggling, he's hurting, the business is not going well, and all we did was paint a dream.
And we told him about our coffee, Guys, we told him about the gallon of coffee. It blew his mind. He said, oh no, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. So all I'm saying is this. Yes, it was hot. Yes, you were inconvenient. No, I didn't want to. Yes, I didn't feel like going out there today. But my mindset, if you want to lead by example, not just talk a good game, you got to show up. You got to do it. Anybody can talk. I put on my mental hat. I mean, it was a mental hat because I didn't want to go out there today. But guess what? We had such fun. I had such a feeling of satisfaction. I said, Rainey, tomorrow we're leaving out here at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. If the phone ring off the hook, don't pick it up. We're out of here. Thank you, Randy.
One thing I could say, Randy, that if someone, a owner says no, and I think about TD Jakes when he mentioned when people don't receive you or whatever the case is, he said, shake it off. Shake it off. So when I went out of the shop, I shook it off. That's her loss. I shook it off. So we got to shake it off. So if you get a no, just shake it off and keep on going, because then we turn right back around a few seconds ago and said, no, let's park right back where this lady's shop is. And we went into a little smoke shop, and they sold oils and stuff like that. And the worker was very pleasant and everything and told us who to contact for tomorrow. And I said, okay, we're going to hit there tomorrow. And all I got to say is, JB, just keep the gas in the car, because Texas is a big place.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and we appreciate that. And guys, again, that's what it's all about. It's about not giving up. And listen, with the way this product is, I'm not even concerned about no's, because there's so many shops out there, guys. You'll find, you're going to get 5 or 10 yeses for every 1 or 2 no's. And even if, normally it's the other way around. You'll get 10 or 20 no's before you get 1 yes. But here, it's just so phenomenal. Make sure, guys, you have the right information with you. You have the magazine, the Momentum magazine. Make sure you have, your package of tea. Make sure you have your signs. This is literally building relationships. And you'll notice there's a common thread, guys. Some of the people you talk to, they're going to do consignment maybe 1 or 2 times. And after that, they're joining you in the business. And this is what you want, because it proves to them the power of the products and how people want them. So I want to thank everybody for getting on the call tonight, guys. I'm excited. I'm more fired up than ever. And I'll tell you what, guys, we are looking forward to building a huge, huge team. But we do have a window. And those that take advantage of that window and that opportunity and that timing, guys, it will reflect in your bank accounts for months and years to come with residual income. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for getting on the call. And let me end it with this. I remember I was in a coffee company before. It didn't go right for me. I didn't do everything that I was supposed to do, but all they had was coffee. And I remember talking on the phone to the gentleman who says, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to make, I'm going to do big things with this. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking in my mind the whole time, all you have is just coffee. Nobody's really going to want your coffee, especially when there's Folgers and all this other stuff. And they were saying they had a gourmet coffee. Well, come to find out, guys, because I didn't know and he didn't know, but they had an idea that people would start to prefer gourmet coffee. Well, ladies and gentlemen, because I quit the business and didn't go on, the business went on anyway. He went on to earn over $1 million a month and still doing it right now to this day in a company where they only have that one product, coffee. Can you imagine what we can do here, guys, with coffee and tea and the Iaso oil and the other skincare products and the Strike Up and the Love, the 38 different products, with many of them, guys, after people taking it, they go, wow. If that hasn't painted the picture for you tonight, I duly apologize, because somehow we miss getting across the important message to you about how the name of this company resonates with what it truly is meant to be, and that is a total life change. Guys, take advantage of this. Run very, very hard. We'll see everybody on our 2 o'clock call tomorrow. Until then, everybody, take care. We'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Randy, for all your assistance.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you. And thank you, Dorette.
Thank you, Randy. Have a good evening.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, JL.
Thank you, everybody.
Great.
Great testimonies, everybody.
Have a great night.
Thank you, you too.